Time now for your forewarned weather.
Welcome back. Let's get another check at that afternoon forecast. Seth, how are we looking out there?
It's not looking too bad. It's a pretty nice day for most of us. The eastern side of the state could get a little dicey. It'll get a little dicey in the Wasatch Front late tonight, too. But you guys were worried about your volleyball game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be till after that. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, let's take a look at this Black Desert Sky Cam because we do have moisture out there. Just a couple cumulus clouds. No precipitation expected down in Washington County, but we could see some on the east side of the state. Like we mentioned, as we take a look at our forewarned radar, you're going to see that we are clear across most of the state right now. We are starting to see the first signs of moisture popping up right there in the Uinta Basin. You could barely tell, but we're going to punch it into the southern part of the state. You're going to notice the higher terrain is where we're going to be favored with these thunderstorms, but we're going to start to see them fizzle up in other places as well as we get into the late afternoon hours. The heat of the day will add intensity and energy, and those storms will be allowed to continue moving on through. Temperatures right now are in the 80s in the northern part of the state, upper 70s down I-15 in southern Utah. We have 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state, and 88 degrees down in St. George. Still haven't broken into 90 degrees, but it'll happen soon enough. 84 degrees by 1 p.m. along the Wasatch Front. Clear skies are holding on, but as we get into the evening hours, we're going to see temperatures in the upper 80s and partly cloudy skies as that moisture pushes further into the state. And then by the late hours, 11 p.m. to around midnight, we do have that chance of a thunderstorm rolling on through the Wasatch Front from Provo all the way up into Ogden, even Cache Valley. I'll show you guys that here. So today in the afternoon and evening, most of that precipitation is going to be hugging the mountains in the higher terrain. But then as we get into the overnight, you're going to see that potential really rev up for the Uintas, the Wasatch Back, and yeah, even the Wasatch Front and into Cache Valley. Our futurecast is going to show us the timing and exactly where we can expect these thunderstorms. The heat of the day allows those storms to bubble up in central Utah. You can see near the I-70 corridor, Capitol Reef could tap into some of that moisture. It'll move through Castle Country and eventually hit Moab. Moab could see a couple of wet skies this evening. And then this new model update is picking up on the chance of an early thunderstorm down in the Utah Valley before another round hits us later tonight. We can see that we do have that chance. The Wasatch Back is going to be significantly favored, but the Wasatch Front could definitely be tapping into that as well. And then as we get into our Tuesday, that wet weather potential lifts further to the north and the east. So the Uintas, the Uinta Basin and Castle Country could still stay locked in, the Wasatch Back as well. And there's a slight chance we see a little bit of rain on the Wasatch Front, but it's not looking too likely. We can't rule it out though. And then on your Wednesday, it'll start to clear out even further, but there is still the chance of some precipitation. But by Thursday and Friday, we really start to see an increase in that precipitation potential, isolated for your Thursday, becoming more scattered on Friday. Our upper level futurecast shows us the reason why. We have high pressure building to the south, and high pressure tends to act as a storm block. It's going to push that moisture further and further to the north until we don't have to worry about it anymore here in the Beehive State. And then by the middle of the week, we have a low pressure system that's going to be inching closer to our west, high pressure to our east, and the clockwise rotation of the high and the counterclockwise of the low are going to work together to funnel in that air right in between the two systems, bringing windy conditions for the middle of the week. And then we're going to see that moisture increase as we get into Thursday. But on Friday, that system passes right on over us. That'll provide lift, and those storms are really going to start bubbling up, bringing more scattered thunderstorms to northern Utah. And by Saturday, it should be clearing on out for the most part, but we could still get some wraparound moisture, keeping us locked in with a couple isolated showers in the north for your Saturday, but it's just a slight chance in our valleys, and then it starts to clear on out for your weekend. Our regional future forecast shows that today we are going to be above average in the north, below average in the south. We've got upper 80s along the Wasatch Front in northern Utah, 85 degrees in Cache Valley. The Wasatch Back will be in the upper 70s to low 80s, and then we got low to mid 80s down I-15 in southern Utah. St. George will be 93 degrees today. 90s hold on for a little bit longer. Windy conditions Tuesday through Thursday, especially on Wednesday, cooling down to 87 degrees for your Thursday and Friday. We do have that chance of a thunderstorm tonight on the Wasatch Front. A slight chance for your Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures in the 80s before cooling down on your Friday all the way down to 76 degrees with scattered thunderstorms. A slight chance it holds on into Friday, but by Sunday, we're looking at clear skies and temperatures warming back up to the 80s. Matt, over to you.